They're saying we are live.
All right.
Take it
Oh,
away.
are we live? Great. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Island Origins. Oh, okay. What? No, just no. Oh, sorry, my bad. All right. Welcome to Island Origins Live. My name is Calibe Thompson. Beside me is Mr. Sexy Man, who we all know. How you doing, Mr. Sexy Man?
Fabulous, as always.
As always, yes. Thank you for joining us. We are Island Origins. We are live on Jamaicans.com and on our own page at Island Origins. We want to show everybody, you may have seen it last week, but just in case you haven't picked up your copy yet, the new issue of Island Origins Live is out and available. It's all over the place, doctor's offices, spas, salons, municipal, everywhere. If your location has run out, which it probably has already, you can go by any Ghost and Spine location and collect them. So we are live, we are in print, we are online, we're all over the place. And tonight we are talking about taxes.
No, hello. Start over. What are we talking about? That doesn't sound like fun. You see, I wear my fun top. It's for us to have fun. Let's not do taxes.
Taxes. No, we're gonna do taxes. We have to do taxes.
We actually have to.
We have to die and we have to pay taxes.
So we're gonna file while we're on the show live.
Can
we get our documents and
we can certainly try.
I like it. I like the way you work.
So, before we get started on this, right, there is a fabulous event coming up this weekend, and they've been on us about making sure that everybody knows about this event. It's called Jazz in the Gardens. Which camera? Jazz in the Gardens, right? Are you seeing this? There is Smokey Robinson, Anita Baker, Shaka Khan, Joe, Fantasia, a whole bunch of great people at this event. You don't need any more information other than that it is Saturday and Sunday and you need to be there. And by the way, we are giving away 2 pairs of tickets this evening. Studio audience, I see you perking up. Studio audience is not allowed to win. Okay, sorry about that. We have a great studio audience with us. Can they win tonight? If you're the 5th texter.
No, I tell you what. Yes. We won't let the studio audience win, but we'll pick someone in the studio audience to go with us. How about that?
Yeah, you can work. You can be staff. All right, so we just want to let everybody know, please stay tuned, watch during the whole show, pay attention to the things that our guests are saying. We're going to ask 2 questions toward the latter half of the show, and we're going to give away 2 pairs of tickets, one for the Saturday evening, one for the Sunday evening, to this weekend's Jazz in the Gardens. That's happening Saturday and Sunday.
That's how much are them tickets? Like $1,000?
I think it's more like 85.
Yeah, it's a holy for value. So if you want to go see Anita Baker, Shaka Khan,
Joe,
the rest of them don't count.
Fantasia.
They're 2 hot artists that. English. Those are the artists that I want to see. I'll be there.
So you'll be working. I don't know how much enjoyment you'll get.
I always enjoy my work.
But anyway, I'm sure you do. Let's get back to business, all right? So make sure you're watching. I think the information is on the screen. You can also go to islandoriginsmag.com. If you don't win this evening, whether you win or not this evening, go to islandoriginsmag.com. Sign up as a subscriber to our online platform.
Where is the subscribe part?
It pops up as soon as you come on the screen. 5 seconds later and it'll pop up. All right, so islandoriginsmag.com. Nice. You're just going to sign up for the email list, and we're going to pick I think 4 more winners to win pairs of tickets.
Winners.
4 or 5 more, yeah.
Let me ask this.
Yes.
Nikki Lopez Creative, are you going to put that in our thing? Let's just share the link so that we can have, so people, if you don't remember all of what you just said, islandoriginsmag.com.
Yes.
It's going to be in the comments. So just click on that link and sign up for a chance to win more tickets for Jazz in the Gardens.
Yes.
Thanks, Jazz in the Gardens, for giving us all these awesome tickets to give away.
You're awesome. All right, so back to business.
Yes.
Taxes.
Taxes.
I'm going to get excited.
I'm
allergic to paying, but our guests are going to make us so much more comfortable about this thing that we all have to deal with. Neither am I. Wink, wink.
I like Pedro.
Wink, wink. Neither am I. And we also have someone who's going to tell us about a Vita program where you don't have to pay to file. Is that how it goes?
All right. Options.
So, life and taxes. It is 1 month before tax day, which is April 17th. And we're discussing all the things you've been itching to ask because taxes are so fascinating, right? How to keep more of your money, how to prepare for your business and personal filing, how home, property, major life events, etc. affect your bottom line. And we are on today with Wolf Thomas and Pedro Gonzalez. I'm going to start off with Mr. Gonzalez. He's a CPA and a business and tax strategy for small and medium-sized entrepreneurs. He has over 25 years experience in business, taxes, and finance in the US and overseas. Mr. Gonzalez, that was it in a nutshell. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do?
What do I do? I cause trouble with tax.
That's nice. Is that nice? I don't know.
It's gotta be.
Seriously. Well, what I focus is on business and tax strategies for small businesses. To help them, how can we lower the taxes? Like, a lot of entrepreneurs would like to do, and we develop as ways on how to bring those taxes down, improve cash flow. And so in a nutshell, that's what we do. We help us in strategies for businesses and taxes.
Improved cash flow, that's not directly to do with taxes, that's just how you manage your business.
That's exactly. Two areas that tends to affect a lot of small businesses is the cash flow. How can I make sure that my business is cash flowing? Because that's the lifeblood of any business. And then taxes, which comes in to try to take as much as you can from that cash flow.
Right.
So it's balancing those two is the key to the success of any business.
So David, have we set a consultation with this nice gentleman about
I'm
cash
going to tell you, honestly, Pedro and I have been not as good as we need to be.
Yes.
I met him at the Lauderhill Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. Shout outs to LRCC.
Oh yeah, LRCC.
Yes.
We are good members here.
Yes.
And we've been trying to get started, but he's busy and I'm busier.
Yeah.
So we've been having a difficult time. But we have committed.
You said the magic words, cash flow.
We have committed to making it work.
Yes.
So we're going to get together and talk about doing some taxes and getting, we have a couple of businesses to figure out. So
some work to do.
Yeah, we have some work to do.
All right. So Mr. Wolf Thomas is a Vita. Did you say Vita or Vita?
We can say Vita or Vita.
Okay, Vita or Vita support outreach specialist at Hispanic Unity. And Vita or Vita is volunteer income tax assistance. He's responsible for technical support, participates in outreach events throughout Broward County, and gives radio and TV interviews to raise awareness of Vita or Vita, or however you want to say it. He moved to the U.S. from Haiti in 2010. Welcome to America.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're most welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Wolf Thomas, and I'm thrilled to be here with you guys. To the beautiful people of Jamaica.
Yay!
Here, yeah, exactly.
And Haiti, and
Yeah, exactly.
and from Puerto Rico, yes.
So I'm so happy to share great news, great information with you guys, because a lot of you have been paying to get the taxes done, and from now on, I don't want you to pay anymore because it's free. All right, I'm going to tell you more about that. So there's this program called VITA. It's available throughout the 48 states of the United States. And if you want to know about how to receive the services, it's very easy. You can go to IRS, because IRS is a big funder and promoter of this program. Because if you have kids, if you have low income, if you have moderate income, there's no reason for you to pay to get your taxes done. All right. From now on, remember, there's no reason, because it's free. Keep your money in your pocket. Do something useful with this money.
I got to interject here, because I think what you're saying is beautiful. But I am sure that with the service that you're offering, you can't offer it for everybody. There has to be a limit to how many people you can serve.
Exactly. That's why
So tell us about what's the target audience for your service.
The target audience is people, the taxpayers that earn less than $54,000.
Okay.
Which is the case for the majority of our islanders, for Haitian, for Jamaican. So I know that you've been struggling. So don't share your money with anyone. Keep it in your pocket. Send it to someone in Jamaica. Or
Haiti or Puerto Rico.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
I notice I'm jumping ahead, but I do want to understand. I know you because you work with a company that I do a lot of business with.
Exactly,
So
yes.
the Hispanic Unity of Florida. But your program exists, is it bigger than Hispanic Unity? Does it encompass more than the clients of Hispanic Unity? Tell me exactly. You say people under 54,000. Let me understand more.
Yeah.
How do we get to the service?
Yeah, we serve anyone, as long, The target population is the low to moderate income. So as long as your income is below $54,000, you can come to any of our sites. We have 16 sites all over Broward. And to know the schedule, the location of the sites is so easy. You just call 211, and somebody will respond to you and tell you where to go. Remember something that is very important. Not only we speak English, we speak Spanish, we speak Portuguese, we speak French, we speak Creole. So to be able to serve a large amount of people that living in Broward County. Remember, because we know that we are diverse in Broward County. That's why we try to reach every one of you, no matter what language, no matter where you come from. As long as your income is below the $54,000, please come to us and we will help you.
Nice.
Fantastic. All right, so let's get into taxes. Yay! All right, so my Puerto Rican friend, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Taxes. Why do we need to pay taxes? Why are they important?
Why do we pay taxes? That's a very good question.
Yes.
And that's a big mystery here in the United States. Why do we pay taxes?
Why are they taking this money out of my paycheck? Why?
Well,
where does the money go?
What's
it for?
That's another very good question. Where does it go? It's like people wonder, you know what I mean? Where does it go? Well, the idea, at least the concept, is that is supposed to fund the many programs. For example, the road, the military, defense. That's the concept behind it.
Sesame Street.
Certain programs, including non-profit organizations.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those taxpayers' money go to fund other social programs. So that's the reason. Of the. I guess in a nutshell, why the taxation system that we have here in the United States is intended is to fund those programs that for example, it will be more difficult for, let's say, David and I to agree on who's responsible for Broward or I-95. So the idea is that we all chip in, and with that we build the I-95, and those things are more common crimes. Yep.
You sound like something's going right out. Just let it fall out.
As I can say is that since we receive a lot of services from the city officials, from the police, so our police can get paid without you paying taxes. If I have an issue and then I need to call 911, so if those persons are not getting paid, so you're not getting any service, so your life may be in danger. So because you pay taxes, that's why you are able to call anyone and to receive the services.
So police, school.
Police, schools, exactly, All of those different programs are funded by your tax dollars. So that's why it's very important that we pay taxes. But a lot of people, depending, because I have to tell you, the majority of people that pay more taxes are people that are beyond the $54,000. I mean, you have to pay some taxes. But some people, if their income is below a threshold, you don't pay any taxes. And in fact, you might receive a refund if you have children. There's something called credit, for example, EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit. When you have children, you have dependents, you might be in a position that you don't pay any tax because your income is low, and you receive refund. So it was sometimes the biggest check that you might have for the whole year, because some people might get like $10,000 depending on the situation. So taxes are good because they help a lot of people,
So I have a burning question about children.
Yeah.
Because I have children.
Okay.
So many. So many.
Yes.
Sorry.
All the ones on the set, all of these. But anyway, I don't think that I get that earned credit.
Exactly.
Because here's my problem. My children work and earn their own money, and they file their own taxes.
You have awesome children.
Yeah, I do. So help me to understand, because I know I'm maybe in a slightly different category. I mean, I'm definitely in the low to moderate income you talked about, but my children file for themselves because they're kind of grown up. So it's only for what age group? Or how do you get it to be?
As long as your child is below 17, it's about 17 years, okay? You're going to get what you call the earned income tax credit. That could be up to $3,400 for each child that is below the 17. And if your child is going to a college, even up to 24 years, you can get that money.
Wow.
So, but if your child start working, then if he claims himself, then you're not entitled to that money.
So one more follow-up question, because I'm so intrigued by it. So if my child is working and going to college, can he claim himself and then get the tax credit?
If the child is working and is going to college, that would depend. If it's working element, if it's living in your house, and you're responsible for 50% of his expenses, then you can claim it.
Oh, this is a game changer.
It's getting interesting in here.
It is. I didn't think of that. Maybe we can work.
So we're talking about the children and the credits, and there's some deductions, things that come along with children as well, right? I remember when I was working for another company many years ago, because I've been a 1099 person forever, and I'd like to know the difference between that. But when I was working at a company and getting a W-2, I had bought my first house. I made my deposit and I was like all happy. And then a tax person said to me, go to the accountant at the company and tell them that you want to take X number of deductions so you get a little bit more cash back in your regular paycheck, and you have to pay less taxes at the end of the year. You get a smaller refund. What are these deductions? What are the things that I can actually claim? Is it only children and home? Because the woman was arguing with me that I couldn't do the deductions because I didn't have children. What are those deductions about, and how can I keep more of my weekly paycheck in my pocket?
I have to put forth a disclaimer. I'm not an expert, but I will do my best to answer all these questions to my best knowledge. So when you receive the W-4, then you have to decide which filing status you're going to use during the year. Filing status, you can be married. If you are married, you can file as married filing jointly or married filing separately. If you have, you might have children or not. The status comes with a lot of benefits. If you are filing as married filing jointly or married filing separately, there's no advantage for you if you file as married filing separately, because you get stripped of all the benefits. It might explain you better about the situation.
That's
and also, if you have children and not married, then you head of household. So when you have a household, depending on how many children you have, so you're gonna specify how many deductions you need to get on your paycheck. That means that for yourself, you have what you call an exemption. You have children. When you declare those children, you claim those children, you got some deductions also. But the thing is that the situation that might occur is that if you claim a lot of deductions, you might get a lot of money coming to your pocket for each each pay period. But the thing is that your tax liability may rise also. So you need to find balance between how many deductions you need to claim to have a better refund at the end of the year.
Let me jump in here. There's actually some questions online, but I do want to follow up on what you're saying, and then I want to throw this same question to you, because like you said, certain parts you're not an expert. I do have a burning question from the audience that I'm going to interject before we switch. Can you share where they can find your program? Because I have at least 2 people who are saying, please repeat the info. Where can we call to get info? I know you said 211.
Yeah, it's 211.
But what program do they ask for if they call 211?
You just ask for VITA, or free tax services. Free tax services. Remember, with it here.
Tax easy free.
Tax easy free. Free tax services. You call 211, or if you don't want to call 211, you might call 954-537-0211. Remember that phone number is very important, because we're working till April 17. Even after April 17, we're still working for those that have, a lot of people, because as long as you don't owe taxes, let me repeat that. If you're working and you pay your taxes, you might not owe IRS, you can file your taxes 3 years after. That means that some people decide not to file for the 2017 tax season. They might file for the 2017 in 2018 or 2019. So we provide that service even after.
Let me follow up with one last part, because we have a lot of people watching all around the world. So it's not just Broward, and I have somebody who's saying, in New York, does that program transfer? So is there the same program nationally? Where else can they get this?
In every state.
Where would they call for that?
You can go to IRS directly.
IRS directly.
And
thank you on that.
Okay.
Exactly.
So we're going to keep
And
moving.
Nikki, you
on
have
the
that
topic.
information in the
IRS.
in the comments, right?
Yes.
Yes.
She's like, if you
Nikki's
say so. Nikki Lopez Creative, thank you.
Nikki Lopez Creative.
And listen, I gotta thank everybody. DMR Media, thank you
We're
for.
going to get to that.
But
no, we're
but-
doing a big long thing. So
Oh, all
finish
right.
with
Go ahead.
Pedro.
Finish
We're
with
doing a
Pedro.
big long
All right.
So, Mr. Pedro, so the question was, same question for you. How do you talked about business, you specifically deal with small businesses. So how does a small business keep more of that money in the bank account every month when the tax man is trying to come for it?
Yeah, it was, again, wonderful question. The best way is tax income tax management, and again, how to lower those taxes through maximizing the deductions. The best thing that a small business can do is record keeping, accounting.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that everywhere I go is accounting. And the reason is that you see a lot of times why they lose deductions is that probably one, that they're not maximizing deductions because, we're moving. And in the process, we're not taking advantage of deductions that we have.
Right.
So that's one thing I would tell any small business owners to invest is in quality bookkeeping.
Right.
Other than that is maintaining and maximizing, meeting with your tax advisors on how to take advantage of, for example, the new tax law that's coming in is going to bring a lot of nuggets in there. You just have to go for it. You have to understand it. And a lot of, again, why the difference between the medium-sized and the larger corporations and small businesses that they invest on that. They invest on maximizing, extracting as much juice as they can from the tax law.
What are some of the deductions that they can? So I know you can deduct things like mileage or what are some of those things?
For example, a simple thing that somebody can do, and a lot of times I can bet a lot of small businesses don't do is, for example, a home office.
Mm-hmm.
A home office allows you to take advantage of the trip that at the moment you leave your house.
Mm-hmm.
It maximizes that. You converted what we consider to be the commuting miles into business miles. So that's a simple thing that can be done. It doesn't matter for example, it doesn't have to be anything complex. I wrote an article about a 1 square foot office.
1 square foot office.
That can't fit me. My stomach is not going to squeeze in there.
But it's all about the strategy. I mean, it's an apartment and it's somebody that has a filing cabinet.
Right.
And that's a space you
That's the office, okay.
But that's my home office.
Right.
And from that point, I leave, and so I can. And now, the deduction in here, the biggest part is not the for example, the percentage of that space compared to the total square footage. And then, I could deduct also, for example, by converting a space into home office, I can deduct a percentage of utilities, a percentage of home HOA. A percentage of other expenses that, for example, maintenance, I can hire somebody to come and clean, I can deduct a percentage. But that's not the biggest portion of that, is that we're losing is the mileage part. And so by converting that, you can put more money into your pocket as an entrepreneur. And then again, it's maintaining, maximizing, in general, it's maximizing deductions and being on top. I mean, for example, what things can be purchased that can be deducted in the business. For example, let's say equipment. Some things are obvious, some are not necessarily so obvious, and people miss it. And also the timing, because the biggest challenge for an entrepreneur is cash flow. Matching deduction with cash flow. Because sometimes what happens is that you paid it today, but you might not be able to deduct it today. Do you see what I'm saying? So in that case, you paid it, so cash flow is out.
Right.
But the deduction's not happening today.
Right.
It might have to be depreciated. That's why sometimes a business is getting to these large equipment purchases, and they're not able to maximize it.
Yeah,
they already paid for it.
We need to talk for sure. We need to have a sit down.
Anyway.
How would someone reach you? Sorry, water jiggling. What's
very simple. You know,
what's
my
your
website
website?
is pedrocpa.com. Very simple.
PedroCPA.com. You like the only Pedro that's a CPA?
I
love it.
Nobody thought of that.
It's amazing.
So pedrocpa.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me.
And do you have capacity to get all of the businesses of all of the watches? Like how many people can you actually serve?
Well, no. As far as serving, I mean, obviously we're in a growth stage. You know, I mean, we're hiring people, and so that.
What?
So that so I would not be concerned. I mean, as far the capacity, because we will be adding more staff.
I like that. I'm
Demand.
gonna dig in a little deeper. So anyone who's looking for a job in this year, tell them what qualifications you're looking for. No, I'm not doing that. But everybody who is watching,
Yeah.
he's looking for staff. No, keep going.
So the health. There's a lot of changes happening in taxes, and who knows what's going on. Well, you guys do. But the health thing, they got in the law, or they're doing something with the healthcare law. Does that make you talked about the children and the age that which the children can stay on the parents' thing. I don't have children, so I don't know. But has any of that stuff changed? Is there anything that we should be aware of in the changes in the tax code that might affect us?
I mean, I think you're probably aware too that the penalty that gets removed but that's 2018 moving forward. The healthcare with the healthcare penalty. I mean, that was a big concern. And so that would be changed for 2018 moving forward.
So, but as it stands right now, if you do have healthcare coverage, you don't get the hit.
Penalized,
no penalty.
Correct.
It's only if you don't have health coverage.
Yeah, exactly.
As a
I was
brand.
asking changes. I mean,
Yeah,
the
okay.
change is that. I mean,
Changes.
the change that's happening is that they're eliminating that penalty.
Right.
So, but I wanted to kind of touch quickly on the W-4 question that, because again, I tell people that the tax law, unfortunately, is written for business.
Right.
I mean, business owners, investors. That's, if you remember the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad, is the quadrants. And that's a reality. I mean, we have to be real. That's why, again, if you maximize, if you study and you invest on that, you can take advantage. But the tax law is not written for employees. It's written for businesses, entrepreneurs, investors. Those are the ones, that's the reality. And so what I tell people is, even if you're an employee, is to quickly look into even setting a side business, a hobby, convert a hobby into a business.
Right.
And that, again, what you're doing there is converting expenses that you're already incurring, because it's passion that you have. You like photography.
Right.
But instead of going around and investing in films and a camera and all this, converting to the passion into a business.
Right.
Freelance for somebody that has a studio. I don't know. I think David. I think
This guy, sexy man.
I did not realize you were a comedian and a CPA. This guy got two
Sexy Man
talents.
Studios.
yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
So the point is that those are easy ways for somebody to convert. But I wanted to touch base on the W-4 specifically. And the W-4 is, as my colleague he was saying, is adjusting the W-4, because what happens is if you get a tax liability of 0. Yes, you get the credits, but the disadvantage you as an employee is that they took those deductions from you throughout the whole year. So they were taking that money from you paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. I think that's what they were telling you, to adjust it. So then you can take a little more.
Take home.
Get them more refund. Exactly.
Yeah, so, and like he said, I mean, balance. You gotta be
Be
careful.
careful,
You know what I mean? You
exactly.
have to be careful.
Exactly.
You gotta look at your pattern of at least the previous year or the last 2 years and see. For example, if you're landing on 0 tax liability and they're taking some money, and on top of that, you're going to get the tax rate. You're going to get the tax credits anyways. So why give the government the money so they give it back to you with 0 interest?
Give me my money.
So might as well just keep it. And as he said, invest that money somewhere else. Don't give it to them for them to give it back to you at 0 interest. Just
That's the truth, because when you depending on the way you fill out the W-4, so the federal government might get more money from your paycheck, and by next year when you file your taxes, then after computing all the data, and they find out that you don't owe any taxes, they're going to refund you that money. But the money that you're going to get, it will be at 0 interest for the whole year. So that might be a good idea.
But while I agree that it's nice to have the money in your hand, sometimes it's a good saving tool. It's a good way for you to not meddle with your own money.
And the bank isn't giving you more than 0.25.
No,
That's why you should invest. If you invest that money, so it's a wiser choice.
Right.
It's a wiser decision.
So
Bank is not investing.
stay tuned for the investment show. It's coming up soon. We're gonna talk about them.
I would like to ask something regarding why it might be in your best interest to pay taxes. I mean, our fellow immigrants, because I'm immigrant and a lot of you might be immigrant. Because I'm going to tell you, when you have your residency and you want to become a citizen, the first thing they're going to ask you is your tax return. So that might be a good idea to pay your taxes for you to get your tax return. So when you want to become a citizen, you have no problem.
I thought the first thing they ask you for is for your marriage certificate.
Yeah, it's part of it also. Yeah, it's part of it.
I'm being silly. Lots of different past immigration.
And one more thing.
There's a question?
The number, the 951.
Okay, the 954 number is 954-537-0211. Let me repeat, 954-537-0211. And you can request the service in either language, Portuguese, Creole, French, English, whatever.
Very
Excellent.
exciting. All right, we're going to take a break right now. I just want to remind everyone, go to the website islandoriginsmag.com. That's where you can win these tickets. We are going to ask the question in just a moment so that two people can win pairs of tickets live to, what is your name?
Jazz in the Garden.
That's the one. That's the one. Okay, so this evening's show is brought to you by DMR Media. DMR are our fabulous friends, including Magic and Judy, and they have this whole 3-camera switcher system that you've been seeing all evening. That is brought to you thanks to DMR. I think their information is right up there on the screen. So if you want this type of service for your business, if you want, what other services do you guys offer?
DMR, speak up now.
Video, graphics, live streaming at events, DJ, what?
DJ.
Work it out. All right.
Editing, that's all you
Any form of video editing that you need, they do the stuff at the People Profile Awards. We're going to give our friends at People Profile a little plug as well.
Very nice.
All those slick intros that you see at the People Profile Awards, all of that is coming.
And just so you know, I gotta say, I'm looking at the screen, that graphic with the screen with the ads on the side, I gotta get one of those. We need to find a way to put David I photo on that side.
It's not Sexy Man Studios?
Oh, sorry. But we need to find out. Can we put the number up? Nikki Lopez Creative. I want them to let people know how they can get that graphic too.
It says DMR Media.
Right, but that's their ad. But suppose somebody watching wants to get their own
then
ad.
they're gonna text your number, the number.
So stay tuned. I didn't know that's coming up next.
Stop breaking up our flow.
Right.
We're doing a nice flow. Look at
Okay.
how nice their graphic flow is going.
Yeah,
All right,
looks
so
good on
we're
screen.
also gonna say thank you to Nikki Lopez Creative. Woo! Nikki Lopez is our social media maven. She is the person that you see clicking away and putting all of those links in and posting to all the various groups. If you are doing any kind of live on your own, if you need social media services, she doesn't just post and put up pictures. She actually engages people for you. She's one of those people that can build your following for you. So we're definitely going to big up our friend Nikki Lopez from Nikki Lopez Creative. You can figure out the website, right? It's nikkilopezcreative.com.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be NikkiLopez.com.
Oh, sorry, nikkilopez.com.
Lopez Creative is the Facebook.
But before we go, I do want to say, Miss Nikki Lopez Creative, can you please adjust the phone number, the 954 number that ends in 211, and just put before it for tax information, because they're going to call that number thinking they're going to reach us. And we don't want any calls about taxes, people. 0 calls to us.
We can give the referral.
And then I do want to say this. I know you keep saying I'm jumping ahead, but I want to jump ahead to this. I have to say, all of that too. I got to say a super special big up to Jamaicans.com, who have been so generous. And we do have... We're gonna bring in a house, and I want to say, Brittany, you can stop pressing my phone now. I didn't mean for you to do it all that time. Thank you. I have too many friends to really get them all. It just
Brittany's working.
yeah.
Brittany's working.
But I wanted to appreciate you. So before
Yeah.
I was trying to get to that, but I do have a question here that we have to break to before we go back. Does Mr. Gonzalez provide services to individuals or
Hold
businesses
on.
only? He
No.
needs to answer for the
We need to
audience.
answer when we're done the
All right,
audience,
all right.
the break.
Sorry.
We have a commercial
I'm
break.
unruly.
baby.
I'm unruly.
He's so
Commercial
unruly.
break.
Anyway,
Keep that
our
in mind.
last sponsor, we only have 3. Can you hold your horses, please, Mr. Sexy Man?
I don't have any
Your
horses
sexiness
on
is just
set.
overwhelming
I have no
us
horses
right
on
here.
set.
Tone down the sexiness.
All right.
Taste the Islands Experience is our final sponsor of the evening, or advertiser, whatever you want to call it. This is a new thing for us, so bear with me. But the Taste the Islands Experience we want to talk about, it's happening June 2nd. This is our event. It's super fabulous, super sexy, of course. Mr. Sexy Man is just going to be sprinkling sexy all over the property at the historical Fort Lauderdale Historical Society. It is downtown. It's right on the waterfront. When we talk about super spectacular, that's what it's going to be. There's going to be chefs there from the Caribbean, live DJs, steel band music, food from every island. We're going to have a culinary museum and a culinary theater. And if you want to know what all of that stuff is, please go to ttiexperience.com. All the information is there, and we hope that we see you there. We have early bird tickets happening right now because it's a food event. We're calling it First Served because you first come, first served. So those are at $69. The regular price is $95, and if you wait until the last minute, it's going to be $125. So go ahead, go on the site and get those now. They are not going to be available for too long. And now we can get back to the questions.
Yes, I do want you to answer
Mr.
for the
Pedro.
people who are asking. Do you also do individual taxes or only business?
No, I also do it.
So we need to make sure we have Mr. Pedro Gonzalez's CPA information on the screen. Whoever can get it there, please get it there. So thanks for asking that question. You're going to get a call. You got people.
PedroCPA.com.
PedroCPA.com. But yes, he does do individual taxes as well. So back to our regular schedule.
We're in
Question and answer. Okay.
This is when the questions from
Okay.
the audience come in, David.
All
They
right.
have a format.
Okay, so we're
Oh,
gonna do some question on our side so
Oh, are
people
we
can
gonna-
win
Hold on.
tickets to Jazz in the
We're going to do the
Garden.
question on our side, right, for people to win, and then we're going to go back into question and answer. So if you
All
have
right.
questions for the guests, please go ahead and put them in the comment section now. And our first question for 2 tickets to Jazz in the Gardens on, let's say, Saturday evening. Our first question is going to be, what is the document? It's 2 letters, a letter and a number. What is the document that I believe Wolf talked about that you are going to sign up when to fill out when you go to work? That's going to give you the deductions on your tax return. It's a letter and a number. What is that document called?
It's not R2D2. It's some other letters and numbers though.
So you're gonna text in your name as well as the name of that document to 954-200-5110.
What? You know the number.
I've been doing my work. All right, so that is the question for 2 tickets to Jazz in the Gardens on Saturday. No, wait, how do we go?
Saturday?
Sorry, no, they're stapled as Saturday and Sunday. So
Oh, I thought you were gonna pair them as 2 people could go together like on a date on a Saturday and then.
should we do that? We
I
can
thought that would be
separate
so
them.
much better.
Okay, all right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do
Yeah.
2 tickets for the Saturday and then 2
2
tickets for the Sunday.
I think that's the
So
best.
this is for the Saturday evening. What's the name of the document that gives the deductions on your tax returns? All right, and we're going to give the 5th person to text in the correct number the prize. All right. Any questions? Any more questions from the audience?
Questions from the audience. Here's a question.
Yes.
Can Brittany bring David's phone back and throw it on the table? No, sorry. That wasn't a question from the audience. That was my own personal question. All right, here we go.
I'm so sorry.
No, I know. I'm David. I'm going to do that stuff. So, all right, here we go. You know, I don't actually have any burning questions here. All of them are pretty much been answered.
He asked the questions, but it's not the question and answer period.
Well, hang on.
And then when it's question and answer
Hang
period.
in there. I'm looking. I got to look all the way back. Oh, see?
You found one?
No, somebody
So
just
proud
said
of
they
you.
like my shirt. Thank you for liking my shirt. Okay, no, but for real, there's no other burning question here now. But what I'm going to ask is that if you're watching, text your questions now while we're waiting for the winner of the super prize. So, Brittany, throw me that phone so we can see if there's any winners.
I have another question. Okay.
Thank you.
So, I had asked earlier about W-2s and 1099s, and I know that for me in video production, they'll tell you that you can pay your freelance camera people and whatever, you can pay them on a 1099. Somewhere else I heard that if you do that, or you shouldn't do that because there should be liability, general liability, something. And what is the point at which you pay someone a 1099 or when they do have to be on a W-2, even if they're short term working with you?
Again, very good question.
Yeah.
Basically, it boils down as responsibilities.
Responsibility. What's the responsibility?
Well, basically, when labor department is going to look at the duties that the person performs, who directs, and as a general rule, you know what I mean. So if I come to work for you, and let's say, for example, that you give me an area of work. Like freelancers are, I would say, for the most part, are contractors. I'm gonna take some photos and I'll bring them to you, and that's my responsibility. But if I'm administration or some sort of duties on that area, I'm in charge of the phones. I'm gonna be in charge of bookkeeping or something like that. Those are they're gonna fight with you that those are employees.
Even if they're freelancers, that they're not inside of your office.
If you have, for example, okay, so let's say, for example, that you have the best way that I suggest is one is to have clear contract agreements that stipulates that you agree that you're a contractor and I'm your, you're responsible for your taxes. That's one of the best ways, because when they come to audit those type of situations, those are the first things they're going to look for is not only the 1099, but they're going to be looking is what kind of agreement do you have with this individual. If it's a corporation, then that makes it even more clear. You know what I mean? If the individual is incorporated or has his own or her own business, is you're not contracting the individual, I'm contracting the company.
Gotcha.
That provides a service.
Gotcha.
So in that case, it is pretty straightforward. When it gets a little muddy is when it's an individual.
Right.
You know what I mean? A freelance individual, and that individual provides, I'm going to continue using the photography.
Yes.
And that individual likes to take photos, and he brings it to David. Now, the question is if David is, what kind of relationship he has with this photographer. If he has control over, for example, let's say this individual does not perform services for anybody else. So it's exclusive for David.
Right.
They're gonna say no. He or she is your employee,
or
because all he or she does is for
work
you.
for David, right?
But if I'm free, I'm truly free. That's the whole point. Freelancer, meaning I can take photos for David, but I'm also can go around and provide service for somebody else. I'm a freelancer. I can go around and provide my services, and in that case, you can then say, well, he or she is only paid for either by the photo, by the time, or he or she gets a 1099.
I'm gonna be technical. If somebody's working inside of my office at my home, if they come in only 4 hours a day for 2 days a week or whatever, but they work other places, they're using my computer, they're doing the work that I give to them to do, are they my employee or are they 1099?
Yeah. Again, that gets a little muddy.
That's muddy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're gonna technically, I'm supposed to have my own equipment. So again, utilizing the photography, I'm supposed to have my own camera,
right?
Because I'm a freelancer.
Yes.
So I'm supposed to have my own camera. I go around and take the photos, and I'll bring the product that he's paying. He's not paying,
Right.
So, however, I seen those double situations that for example, he might provide the camera for whatever reason, the definition, something that he wants, and I'll provide the service, but I'm still freelancer, meaning I can still prove that I go around and do the work.
This is why you need Pedro CPA, because I don't have the answers for you. All right, do we have answers?
And Wolf has a follow-up to there.
Okay.
No, we don't have the 5th correct answer yet. So those of you who are out there watching, before Wolf comes in with his, we're looking for the answer. Text it to 954-200-5110. What's the name of the form you fill out when you go to work for a company? It's not R2 or D2, but it's a letter and a number. What's the letter and what's the number to win? 954.
We're trying to give you free tickets.
Yeah, tickets to go jazz in the gardens.
Oh,
You'll be there with Sexy Man.
Absolutely.
Join us. Text the correct answer. Somebody guessed I-9. It's not an I-9. Sorry.
Is that a highway?
That's actually another
It is a
actual
4.
4.
Okay.
But it's not the one that we're looking for. The right answer. It's not an I-9.
Oh my
and it's
gosh.
not I-95 either.
Guys, you're not paying attention.
One letter, one number. It's not hard. I promise you.
All right.
All right. So, Wolf, you were saying.
So I'm going to try to answer that question from an employee perspective, not from the employer. Can I do that?
Yes.
From the
Yes,
employer's
yes.
perspective. It's better for you to have work for a company that gives you W2 than 1099. The reason why it's better is because you have two specific taxes that you need to pay, no matter what. It's called the Medicare and the Social Security. No matter how much money you earn, you're gonna have to pay those two taxes. The thing is that when you are 1099, when you get the 1099, you are self-employed. Then you're gonna have to pay the full amount for the Medicare and for the Social Security. But if you get a W2, the company that hire you has to pay half for you. So you get this advantage of paying only half of those two specific taxes, which is the Social Security and the Medicare. So if you are looking for a job and you have the two options between being a 1099 employee or a W2 employee, it's better to go for the W2.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. Well, we do have a winner.
Yay!
And on top of that, we are running tight and we have a guest to bring on shortly.
Yes.
So
let's do the winner first.
let's do, yes.
Okay.
The winner to the text is Mr. Howard Miller.
Yay!
Howard, you are a winner.
Yeah, and we'll text you and or call you and let you know how you can collect your tickets. Everyone else, remember to go to the site islandoriginsmag.com to win. We are going to ask one more question for the other 2 tickets for the Sunday evening. That question...
Oh, before we go, for all of you who put W2, it is not correct. So we know when you go to work, you got to fill out your W4. W4 is the correct answer. That's why we didn't have the winner earlier. We had a lot of W2s and I-9s and all kinds.
And I-95 and SR7.
W4 is the correct answer. On to the next.
All right. So the next question for the second pair of tickets for the Sunday evening. What is the name of this credit that we were talking about or hearing about earlier? With the children.
The children.
Yeah, it's a 3 letters.
That was 4 letters. It's 3?
It could be 4, it could be 3.
Oh, it said you can have 2 different answers.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
get your credit answer in.
Okay.
I heard 4, you heard 3.
I heard 3. But yeah, so what is the name of that credit that you get if you have children and you can get some money back out of your tax situation? Yeah. All right. So
Text your name and the answer to 954-200-5110, and those unsaid are not eligible to win. All of you getting your phones out. No.
All right. So for the 2 more tickets to think. So I think that's gonna. Do we want to do like one quick fire question?
One quick fire question before we bring our special extra guests on.
If you were to create a slogan for your life, what would that slogan be?
That's a tricky question. What I can say is that do your best to thrive in this country.
Very good. All right. If Mr. Pedro Gonzalez, that was Wolf Thomas. Thank you so much, Wolf, from Vita. Mr. Pedro Gonzalez, if you had a slogan for your life, what would it be?
For my life, I would say be decent.
Be decent. I like it. Short and sweet. Mr. Sexy Man, be sexy.
I'm going to tell you, I definitely am into being sexy, but I want to actually take what Pedro said and I want to build on that. I would say be indecent. I love being indecent. Please join me on the crazy side.
Fired. All right, we want to say thank you to our guests, Mr. Pedro Gonzalez and Mr. Wolf Thomas.
It was wonderful, talking to you guys.
I want a commission from all your new business. No, I'm kidding.
PedroCPA.com
and then 211 Vita. Just call them up free.
Call the IRS.
If you make under 54,000, you need to get this service. Yes. Way to go.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. So coming up next onto the screen, onto the set, we are going to be joined by a young lady named Danielle Shelley. So while they're switching out, we just want to remind everyone of that question. We want to remind everyone if you want to win those 2 tickets to the Sunday evening of Jazz in the Gardens, you are going to text the answer for what is the name of the credit that you get if you have kids and you're going to get back some money from your taxes. It's the something credit. You have it as a something credit.
Yes, we have one correct answer, but what number answer is the one?
5.
Number 5.
Look how many people are watching on Jamaicans.com.
All right,
man.
so more correct answers. There's at
We
least
need
one
some more.
person with the correct answer to the second question.
All right.
We need 4 more people to get to the 5th
Please.
person.
We were hoping you all would be paying attention. Come on.
Right on.
All right, so joining us on set, we have Miss Danielle. Oh, you have lovely eyes. Are those real?
Yes,
Were
they
you
are.
Did you just ask her that?
Of course.
If her eyes
you
are
know,
real?
You can lie them nowadays and I like the hair. It's
Oh
my
my
hair, but
goodness.
this is actually my hair that grew to my
Following my
They're not
indecent policy, she asked the guest and said if her eyes are real. Oh my
they
god. And are your teeth real too?
They are. Fortunately, they are.
All right, so Miss Danielle Shelley is here representing Jamaican Women of Florida.
Yes, I am.
Jay Wolf?
They have an event coming up this Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes,
all
March
day.
17th.
So
Yes.
can you tell us, you're one of the next generation people? Can you tell
Yes,
us
I am.
about
So I'm part of the Next Gen membership. So we have an event coming up on Saturday, March 17th. It's our 4th annual Jamaican Women of Florida conference. So it's a women's empowerment conference. It is open to men too, so you guys are all welcome to come. It is going to be held at Jungle Island. So it's from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
How do we sign up? How can men who want to meet empowered women sign up to be there?
Okay, so you could go on our website, JamaicanWomenOfFlorida.com, or you could also search for the event on Eventbrite, and you can purchase
Eventbrite.
your tickets there.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
So at the moment, tickets are $125 up until Friday night, and the day of the conference, they will be $150 at the door.
That sounds expensive. What am I getting for? So let me not say it sounds expensive because
No.
I'm sure the value is there.
Yes,
for
you're getting
that,
a lot. So
but, yeah.
we're going to have networking events, we're going to have shopping, silent auctions, we're going to have quite a few vendors on site, so everybody's going to be able to purchase items.
That sounds like I'm spending more money. Like, what am I getting included in the $150?
We're going to have personal and professional development transformation panels. We're going to have a mentorship panel, So our professional and personal development panel is going to have Narissa Street, Sherry Deans, Attorney Rose Williams, and Nandy Byer. So let me also tell you who they are, what they're involved with. So Miss Narissa Street is an award-winning author. Sherry Deans is the executive director for the NBA Players Association Foundation. Attorney Rose Williams is a philanthropist and VP of Much Achieved, Much Aspired Scholarship. And Nandy Byer is our director of Barclays Investment Bank Global Technology Group. So you have quite a variety of people.
Hold on. What's that last title?
So Nandy Byer, she is our director at Barclays Investment Bank Global Technology Group.
Sounds like
And that's-
somebody worth meeting.
And that's just our personal and professional development panel. We also have a mentoring panel, which will have Sophia Ballin. She is an award-winning journalist and writer. We have Dr. Laura Goodsmore. She's a student assessment specialist with Broward Schools. And we also have Mr. Brandon Channer. He's a CEO of Woodwater Group.
Big up Baron. We know Baron.
So all the more reason for you to come.
So who are the headliners? Are they're the headliners of the event?
Yes, they are. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we're also going to have a luncheon. So and we know that it's from 8:30 to 4. We will provide food.
Is there an extra fee for the luncheon, or is that included in the 150?
That's included in the 150.
What?
But if you're not
Okay.
able to attend the whole event, you can just attend the luncheon for $75.
Oh, so there's a discount for just eating the food.
Okay.
Yes. So you will be able. You'll still have opportunity to speak to people, but it's not as open for networking and a full.
And talk about the purpose of J Wolf. Why would I spend $75 on just food? Like, I think there's a bigger purpose to the
So,
organization.
well, we're hoping you'll spend the 125
Yeah.
or 150.
Yeah.
But J
I'll
Wolf
be
is
there. I'm committed.
Wonderful.
I will
I'm
be
gonna
there.
look for you,
You
okay?
will
So
see me.
make
I
sure you're
promise.
there.
I will be there.
So J-Loop is a not-for-profit organization. We do a lot of charity work here in Florida and in Jamaica. Like in Florida, we have annual scholarships that we award to young girls who are graduating high school for college. They get money annually towards their education, towards buying books, things like that. We also do work in Jamaica, so we have a group house that we sponsor called Melody House, Once a year, the group goes down and they visit these young ladies who are unfortunately abused. And they bring down clothes. Like last year when the group went, they brought clothes for donations, and they also took the young girls to shop for school shoes. And then they also took them out for lunch. So they got an opportunity to do things that they normally don't do. And then after that, they had a vision boarding activity. So they were able to cut pictures from magazines of places they would see themselves and envision themselves in different lights, and take them from their normal circumstances to be able to see where they're going and where they can go and their possibilities. So that's one of the major things that we do. But we also have charity work, excuse me, we have professional development, we have cultural and educational events that we do, and we also involve ourselves with other charity groups, like we do Goats and Spine, their back to school event. We do work
Great
with
friends of ours,
local holiday drives, things like that. Food for the Poor, who's actually sponsoring Melody House to rebuild their roof.
Very nice.
So, shout out to Food for the Poor for that.
Definitely. And to Goldson.
Yep.
And
Yes.
I'm impressed by how much you've been able to memorize all this stuff. Like, you have a degree in J-Wolf. I like that.
Don't tell Camille that. Don't tell Camille
So
that.
you're part of the next generation for them.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What do you do? How did you become a Jamaican?
I actually just signed up with J-Wolf in October. So when I started, Camille threw me in and she was like, all right, this is what I want you to do. You're part of Next Gen. I want you to get involved with this. And, it's the organization is for Jamaican-born women and Jamaican descent. So I'm actually born here in the States, but my parents are from Jamaica. And I lived down there shortly. So I was like, how can I get involved with Jamaica being up here, because I travel back and forth, quite a bit, a few times a year, but I want to do something locally that can also impact Jamaica. So that's how I ended up getting involved. And the Next Gen group are a group of the younger generations within the group. So we handle a lot of the social media activities, and they want us to help recruit younger women into the group.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Jamaican organizations need to have that happen, because there's a lot of very seasoned, very well educated, mature
You
people.
hear the young people that call themselves seasoned.
Who know a lot of things, but they don't have the internet savvy and the wherewithal to pull in a new audience. And we do want organizations like J-Wolf, and organization like Brittany's Father Old Boy Association.
No, past students. The Jamaican College Past Students Association. Don't make them old boys. They're young men.
Listen, I'm just the deliverer of news. Anyway, so thank you so much, Brittany, for sharing all that great information. And if people want to get tickets, are they still available? Where would they go to get them?
Jamaican Women of Florida. Or you can also visit Eventbrite and search for the event there.
Okay.
Or if you want to get in contact with a member regarding membership, regarding tickets to the event, you can email us at jwoflorida@gmail.com, and somebody will respond to you.
All right, and the awesome Nikki Lopez of Nikki Lopez Creative has put that information into our comments section, so you can get it there. And I'm checking in with Mr. Sexy Man.
We have a winner. We have a whole heap of winners, meaning people who've got it correct. I got to calculate who was fifth.
Oh Lord.
So we actually have too many people who have got the correct answer.
Put in your calculation.
So give me a second.
All right. So while you're doing that, I'm just going to remind everyone that that you can also, if you did not win this evening, just go to the website islandoriginsmag.com. You don't have to do anything special. Put your email address in the thing that pops up. And one of the people who has subscribed to us is going to win those 2 tickets. I'll tell you what, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of promotions from that website, because we have tickets for Jazz in the Gardens, other tickets for Jazz in the Gardens throughout the week. I think we have 4 or 5 more pairs of tickets to give away on the website. So you have a lot more chances to win there. We will announce that winner on Thursday. We also will have, over the coming weeks, 2 tickets available to the American Friends of Jamaica Gala, and that is like over the top. That's like
a nice gala right there.
$350 a ticket, and we're gonna have 2 to give away.
And it's quite fabulous. Even when spent that money, you get your value.
Super fabulous event.
Because who you are rubbing shoulders with there, trust me, it's
Issas
worth
and the
it.
Bazookas and the
Shaggy and the performers and yeah, believe me.
And I believe it's Alison Hines is going to be their performer.
But it's not even who's performing. It's the people who attend.
I don't know if I was supposed to say that yet. I think that might have been a secret. But the cat's out the bag. Sorry.
Rewind. Take it off the line. That's off. But sincerely, I have to say congratulations. Our winner of the second set of tickets is a gentleman by the name of Monroe. Monroe, I guess that could be your first or last name. Earned income credit.
Yes.
I see.
The answer was earned income. That's what 3 letters. But what was your?
But no, but other people put it as people have it. There are a lot of answers.
Yeah.
People have put child tax credit. People put it as child independent care earned credit. There's a lot of different things. But the one that they was said here on set was the earned income credit, and so we went with that correct answer with the winner. The fifth one is Monroe.
Congratulations, Monroe. All right.
We'll get production is wrapping us up, so let's.
We're wrapping it up. Island Origins Mag. That's where you're gonna win 5 other pairs of tickets. Make sure you have your friends sign up on everybody, because if you don't get it, they can get it.
And they're pairs of tickets.
They're pairs.
So go to the website and sign up and get your
sign up
chance
together.
to
So if the other one win or you win, the two of you go together. Make a pact with somebody. All right. This is the JITG pact. Upcoming events: Jamaican Women of Florida Empowerment Conference is March 17th,
That's
8:30
Saturday morning.
This Saturday,
Yes.
8:30 to 4 o'clock. It's 125 ahead of time, 150 at the door. Jazz in the Gardens. We're giving away tickets, of course, but if you want to just pay $85 and go in, go ahead. But that is March 17th and 18th, and they have a bunch of things going on around it as well. So I think you go to jazzinthegardens.com, something like that.
Yeah,
just Google
it. It's not hard. You can go even to Ticketmaster. That's everywhere.
It'll pop up. Yeah. All right. True Blue Weekend, Jamaica College.
Past Students Association.
Old Boys Association is what's on my paper. April 6th and 7th. That's where Brittany's father is going to be, Xavier Monroe. He'll probably have his blue beard and his blue hair going on. Those blue people are crazy. And of course, the Tasty Islands Experience is happening June 2nd. Ultra fabulous, only $95, and you're gonna get so much stuff. $69 right now if you get it on the website. $69.
If you go and get your early entree now, you can get your tickets for a full $50 off, because the actual price is $125, and you can get it right now for $70. So that's a super saving.
Yes. So next week, please join us when we are going to talk about music and entertainment.
Entertainment again next week. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna make next week super fun. Entertainment is the topic. We're going to probably recap some of the things from this weekend, like Jazz in the Gardens and Jay Wolf, and just David being sexy man as always.
David, you're so sexy.
I thank you.
Oh my God.
Recognize the swag.
I'm recognizing the swag. All right, yeah, man. We want to lively up the place. We're talking about taxes now. What did we talk about last week? Was it exciting last week? I don't remember.
What do you mean?
I can't remember what we had for breakfast. Oh yes, ganja. No, but we had some technical.
It was a gentrification of ganja.
Yeah, just ganja. Just remember ganja. All right. So, and stand by for the names of who we're gonna have next week. But we want to make sure that it's fun and it's exciting, and we have some, some celebrity star power in the room with us. Please follow us on Island Origins Live. That's our own Facebook page. You may be watching us on Jamaicans.com's Facebook page. We have our own Island Origins. Please go ahead and follow us there. The new magazine is up on our website, so all of the articles are on there. If you click the link on the website where it says you can go and look at all the previous issues online as well. Pick up your copy all around South Florida. And at Golson Spine, if everywhere else has run out, Golson Spine should always have them available. Join us next week. Oh, sorry, I'm Calibe. I'm Calibe. This is Sexy Man. We are the people on Island Origins Live. Thank you again to Nikki Lopez Creative and to DMR Media and to Taste the Islands Experience and our friends at J Wolf.
And J Wolf.
Yes, and we will see you all next week.
Next week. Yeah, bye. Bye.